name is Mr. Bell. Me and the rest of the Griffin sports team will be taking over the commentary for today's game. Our normal commentators had to step out today, but we're going to step in and see what we can do to make this an entertaining experience for y'all. We're right in the middle of the starting lineups here. Trivium's already out on the field, and Glendale Prep's being announced right now. Game time's going to be in just a few minutes, so stay tuned and get ready to rock.
And junior, number 10, Diane Scullies. Junior, number 12, Ella Smith. Your Griffins are coached today by head coach Robert Ramsey and assistant coach Brooke John.
I got it here. Oh, wait, want to do this?
Alrighty, team's starting to filter out towards midfield here as we get set off for opening kick. Alright, the logistics are getting down and underway as we move towards opening kick here. There's the whistle, and the Lady Knights will start out with the ball being on the road here. They get the ball quickly into offensive territory, and the Griffins kick it out already. Gonna get a side out here. It'll be very interesting to see what each team ends up doing in the zone. The Lady Griffins are a powerhouse offensively. It's going to take a lot for the Lady Knights to slow them down. We both know both teams are very capable of doing that to each other. And it's already some penetration into the Griffins' offensive zone. And we'll move towards a side out over here. Here's the corner kick. Pass goes nowhere into the slot. Lady Griffins kick it back towards their offensive zone, deflected back out of bounds. We'll stay with the Lady Griffins here as they try to make a little bit of offensive progress. Bit of a herky-jerky start to tonight's game, but that's nothing to worry about. Ball comes in, crosses midfield. Lady Knights trying to filter things out somewhat. Number 6 over from the weak side, that's Willie Chan. Excuse me, Ariana Marshall. Ariana commands, turns it over a little bit there. Griffin's back end, just going to let that go. I'll keep it in though. A little bit more offensive zone time here for the Griffins. Just 2 minutes gone here in the early going. Defensive zone deflection there for the Lady Knights. They'll take command. Heave it in, stopped by the Griffins though at midfield, and the Griffs look to set up again here. Getting a little bit of penetration deeper into the zone. Wonder if that's going to stay in, and it will go out, affording the Griffins an opportunity to reset here. Really more the Knights that are getting the opportunity here with the goalie resetting the ball. Couldn't quite see who that went off of, but evidently Knights ball. They'll take command here and look to get it out of their zone. Booming kick from the goaltender. And they'll just let it go out of bounds here. Griffins will keep it in the zone and in their possession. A couple of important notes there. Heave it in, but a couple of deflections will be right back out of bounds. Griffins starting to incrementally make some progress now. Ball's back in, splits the wickets of a couple of players, and will trickle out of bounds. Lady Knights ball. Both teams setting up. Ball's placed right in that soft zone there, but the Griffins take back advantage, and ooh, a little bit of an offensive zone turnover there for the Griffins. As the ball trickles over out of bounds, but they will in fact retain possession. Trivium unable to establish clear possession there. Griffins keep it in. Pass back over. Lady Knights intercept, but the Griffins intercept right back, get it out of bounds. Stop the music a little bit, but the Knights will still take possession over around midfield. Savannah Sargent throws that in. Number 22 for the Lady Knights. Griffins look to swing the field back their other way. Ball's only spent a little bit of time in their zone so far today, though neither team really able to establish much of an offensive presence either way. Been a very clean game defensively so far, and we have reason to expect it will continue between these two very technically proficient teams. Can you guys tell that I spent all day teaching? A little bit of a scuffle midfield, not really able to get the ball in any certain direction. Lady Knights trying to take advantage, but the Griffins have penetrated through. They've got a break, an odd man break heading towards the goaltender now. The Knights starting to reconnect there, and the goaltender will try to stop the music. The ball will trickle across the field and back into the possession of the Griffins. Now we've got some action going. The Griffins turn it back around, getting it back closer to the goaltender. They approach the box. Knights keep it out, push it back downfield. Griffins will take advantage, they'll take back over. Knights trying desperately to keep the ball out of their zone. Now a bit of a command. Griffins steadily working further towards that goaltender there. They'll keep it in bounds as much as Trivium would like that ball to go out so they can reset. Griffins starting to really get some offensive zone presence now. Been a tilted field for the last 4 or so minutes, not to detract from the Lady Knights' effort. That's just what it's been. Strong kick into the goaltender's arms, and that's just the opportunity that Trivium needed. Stop the bleeding a little bit, get back reset defensively, and see what they can do about getting this ball back into the Glendale prep end. Tough break near midfield as Glendale prep regains possession. But they just can't seem to get that lead pass through, and Trivium will reestablish their offense. But a quick turnover there. Now off a Griffin. First off a Knight, then off a Griffin. And it will return to the possession of the Knights. About 7 minutes gone here on this beautiful Friday afternoon, I must say. It's a lot less cold than I expected, being bathed up here in the sunlight of the roof here in Peoria. Going from having frost on my car in the morning to this, I gotta say, it's quite jarring. Ball will stay in the possession of the Griffins. Seeing if they can recapture that offensive zone momentum they had a few minutes ago, but the Knights' defense has been stingy thus far. Off a Griffin, it'll be Knights' ball. Or no. push things a little bit backwards towards that storm drain there. I don't know if you can see that in the same detail that I can. Let's get the ball into the possession of a Griffin though, but then right back to them. And now the Knights get a couple of lead passes through, see what they can do on their offensive end of the field. The Griffins trying to chase that down are going to end up kicking it almost out of bounds. It will stay in, but a kick behind the goaltender here will get things going the other way. It'll be back to Griffin ball. Eight minutes gone here. Ball's back in. Griffin's trying to push it back into their offensive zone, but a little bit of a weird hop over there in those shade of the trees is going to keep it right on this side of the field and in the possession of the Lady Knights. Griffins trying to wrest possession here. Lady Knights not relinquishing it easily, though you can tell the Griffins are starting to get a bit of a thing going. And now they've got to rush downfield. A couple of people pressing ahead, but the Lady Knights are there mostly, able to stop that from turning into something much worse than what it could have been. Griffins, and we're going to have a foul there. Number 6, Ariana Marshall, getting a little bit too overzealous, though that enthusiasm never hurt anybody. Knights get it back in, cross midfield, trying to set up in their offensive zone here, but the Griffins, right there on the nose, take it right back. Oh, never mind. The Knights keep it back in their end. Oh. Tenacious shove there. And it will stay Glendale, or it will stay Trivium Prep football. Out of bounds, that's off a Knight. Or no, it'll be off a Griffin. My apologies. Evidently, I cannot tell the difference between blue and white. Two teams exchange blows here in the Griffins' defensive zone. Neither team really able to get much going offensively here, but that's to be expected. Though the Griffins, off the turnover, starting to roll downfield a little bit. Beautiful pass there on to number 5, Kaylin Cantor, who is just penetrating inside, but can't get any further. That's a nice stop from the goalkeeper. Will keep this a 0-0 game. Or I should say a 0-0 game. Out of bounds. Both teams still being very stingy with the football here. With the soccer ball. Our American parlance makes me sound like I'm crazy. Of course I could be, you never know. Lady Knights get it deep again, but Glendale Prep's goalkeeper is right there. And we will trot back down towards the other end. Bit of confusion here. Griffins will keep command of it though. Looking to get something going offensively. Out of bounds. That'll press them up at least a couple of yards. Back in again. Couldn't quite get it across the field there, but it works out nonetheless. Griffins looking to set up, maybe get a play going here. But still, that defensive Trivium has been stymieing. Not really able to get much going, as I've said before. Though GP working it closer, swinging the ball around. Uh-oh, we look like we have an opportunity here, maybe, but a great stop by the goaltender, a sliding grab, will keep things knotted at 0. And will keep the Griffins from any further offensive opportunity, at least for the time being. They can't quite get the ball out of their own zone. Griffins keep it in. And a nice shot by number 14, Addie Kinney. Gets that ball right into Trivium offensive territory. And they're going to start penetrating in a little bit further. but the music will be stopped by the Glendale Prep goaltender. Still 0-0 here. About 12 minutes, a little bit more than that, into the action. If you're just joining us, before I get into that spiel, we got number 8 for the Griffins breaking up wide ahead. She's got a free shot on net, just a save by the goaltender. Kept right out. A fantastic one-on-one save by the Trivium goalkeeper, and we are going to keep things here at 0. If you're just joining us, my name is Mr. Bell. I'm filling in for Mr. Weeb and Company as the commentator on our game. I also run the Griffin Sportsnet production, so for better or for worse, whatever you're seeing in terms of video is our fault. Though we hope this has been a pleasant viewing experience thus far. Trivium looking to get themselves reestablished offensively after that Glendale Prep chance. Ooh, tough pass there. Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication or a misintended pass. And the Griffins turn it back around and will carry it into their zone. Great pass in front of number 27, Claire Cannon. Claire trying to get to it before it gets out of bounds. She stops it beautifully, tries to center it. She's got a woman in the slot, couldn't quite turn it around, and the goaltender makes a save. Kick is boomed downfield. In between 2 Knights and 3 Griffins, the Griffins will retain possession. Trivium working it in. Looking for their real first offensive chance so far. Not necessarily to their team's detriment. Skill-wise, I should say. But the defense of both teams has been stifling. Griffins with a couple of good opportunities, but that Trivium goaltending has been right there. Trivium deep into Glendale Prep territory again. And Glendale Prep snuffs it right out. At least for the time being, as Trivium regains possession. Well, back into the Glendale Prep zone here, Trivium shooting it right back out. Griffins carrying the ball around midfield, trying to keep it in their offensive zone here. Pressing ahead, but another stop by the Trivium goaltender. Glendale working it. Shot on goal, stopped by the goaltender of Trivium. And it's going to go right back to Trivium here. Some personnel management looking like it's going on here. And no, correction, we're going to keep the ball right here with the Griffins. Griffin's going to keep it in, throw it in number 15, trying to take command here around midfield. Not midfield horizontally, but midfield lengthwise. Dribble inside, Trivium trying to keep it out. Not a firm rebuttal, but an effective one nonetheless. we'll keep it right here. And looks like a free kick for Glendale Prep. See what they can do here. Trivium setting up their defense. Kick is spread towards the goal. Can they get there? No. Another stop by Trivium's goalkeeper. GP wrests control back near midfield. Trivium, though, takes it right back. Trivium streaking upfield now. Trying to establish some presence in their zone. So far, so good, but GP steals it right back. But nobody home on the back line, and it splits two GP Griffins. But ends up in their possession anyway. They're going to try to press it forward. Ball settling into the possession of Glendale Prep, and now they're going to try to get a rush towards the goal going. Goalkeeper coming way out and snatching it. Alright, near midfield here, Trivium possession. Keep it away from GP as long as I can, but looks like the GP defense is able to wrest control here. If that ends up careening out of bounds, Trivium will keep it. Griffin's able to take it back. Going to try to get out of the zone now. Moving towards midfield. A clash there. Griffins keep possession. That back line trying to get something going as they push it downfield. They've got a person free. Can she get there before the goaltender? Goaltender's all the way out. She can get it past. She's got a free net. She's got a free chance. Puts it up and can't put it in. Just barely off the crossbar there. Off that left crossbar for Glendale Prep's best scoring chance of the day. Man, you thought that was going in once she had that goaltender beat, but Trivium's defense able to cut off the angle, make it much more of a difficult scoring opportunity than it originally seemed. GP, keeping it in their offensive zone, trying to get free here. A sterling opportunity just took place. You got to try to build on that now. Trivium. Ball's oscillating around midfield, now into Trivium territory. Trivium offensive territory, that is. And now right back in the possession of GP, trying to get that back line going again. Get something set up, perhaps. But again, Trivium's been making it very difficult all afternoon for the ladies to get into that regular rhythm and flow that they have. This can be a dangerous offensive team whenever they've got it. Team's getting set here, Griffin's ball. They get into their offensive zone but can't get much out of it. At least not yet. Trivium lets it go. It'll be Trivium ball. Ball's tossed in, but straight to that Glendale Prep defensive line. They'll reset. Back to the goaltender. Ball squirts through and back into Trivium possession, though. Oh, they're starting to get something going here. Kick is centered, nobody home. Centered again. Glendale Prep's there. Header keeps it inside. And Trivium will reset. Maybe look to get a play going. And the ball's into the hands of Glendale Prep Griffin goaltender. Try saying that 5 times fast. And the ball's shot back downfield. Trivium, though, able to retain possession near midfield. 2 contesting for each other. And the Knights will keep it in here with their best offensive sustained pressure here, but the Griffins take it right back. They're streaking downfield now. They've got a man open. Though that window closes pretty quickly. Number 11 probably didn't have the angle there. Bothered a little bit, but that's going to go out. That's going to go out off of Glendale Prep, a fantastic defensive play. No, off of Trivium. The flag was pointing towards Trivium. Yeah, we got a Glendale Prep corner kick, excuse me. We take those. "16 minutes left in our first half. Still 0-0. This GP, the corner kick towards the net, has an opportunity, but will fall into the hands of the Trivium goalkeeper, who has been right there on the spot all day so far today. Back downfield. Right over the Lady Griffins' heads, but right into their possession, too. And now some offensive pressure from Trivium, though that is quickly snuffed out by GP, though off of a Lady Griffin. No. My eyes have deceived me once again. Lady Griffin's keeping it in their possession and kicking it out. A little bit of a scuffle here towards midfield, not a fight, just a fight for the ball perhaps. Griffins keep it in tow, get it back into their offensive zone. And they just barely can't keep it in bounds. Ball will head back to Trivium Prep. Trivium tosses it back in. They get it past a couple of Griffins this time, though. Right into the hands of a third, or I should say the legs of a third. A little clash there. Off a couple of bodies. GP trying to keep this possession alive into the hands of the goalkeeper. She almost loses it, or maybe bats it down out of intention to deaden the impact a little bit. Nevertheless, the ball will sail back towards midfield, but at least momentarily into Griffin possession once more. Lily Moreno doing a great job there for Trivium, keeping the ball out of the hands of the Griffins. She's been sterling defensively so far. Trivium trying to get a little bit more action going down their way, but GP snuffs it out. Ball oscillating around midfield. Trivium trying to get something going here, but GP wiser for it. It'll be Trivium ball out of bounds. Still just some more exchanges going on near midfield. Not a ton of possession either way, though Trivium, up until that point at least, seemed like they were keeping it in bounds and away from the Lady Griffins. GP gains possession near midfield. They might have a chance going here, but Trivium doing a good job of getting in the way, not letting the ball run free. GP keeps it in. They've got a free woman on the other side. Can the goalkeeper get there? No, she can't. The ball goes through her legs. GP with an open net. She can't quite get it on. And the ball will head back towards Trivium. Great attempt there by the Trivium goalkeeper. But it almost turns around in the way of the Glendale Prep Griffins as they've got another chance maybe brewing here. Can they center it here? Can she get this pass towards the slot? No, she cannot. Magnolia Moreno doing a great job of turning things back around for Trivium as they've started to charge downfield now with the Griffins heavily committed on the offensive end. The ball floats back into their possession for now. They center it. Taken back by the Lady Knights. Lady Trivium Griffins. Almost said that. Got very close. Back on the Trivium side of things. At least with their possession. We're not quite on their side of the field yet. Now we are. Get that timing just right for you. Out of bounds, still Trivium possession. 30 minutes gone, just about. Still 0-0. Both teams are playing a very ferocious defensive game, though GP has had some chances, some would say more so than Trivium so far, though it's not like Trivium hasn't done their fair share of possessing the offensive ball. Glendale Preps just had the superior of the chances so far, I would say, as they potentially have another one brewing here. As Kaylin Cantor works towards the net, she puts a shot on goal, blocked by Leah Rossi. That'll be a corner kick for the Lady Griffins. See what they can do here, maybe generate some offense before the half. You wonder if that will be the focus of the coaching at halftime, or if the coaching at halftime will say, great defense, keep it up, not really worry about offense. After all, for the Lady Griffins especially, offense has never been the issue. Ball's back in, and we got a foul. And depending on the severity, the Griffins might have another sterling chance right here. And looks like number 5, Kaylin Cantor, is in good shape. She's just fine, jogging it off. Number 27, Claire Cannon, will take the, not a free kick, just a possession. But, ball's almost turned over, then it is. Trivium trying to storm their way back downfield, though Glendale Prep is back defensively. A little bit of penetration into the offensive zone, but Glendale Prep's goalkeeper is there, as she has been so far today, as have both goalkeepers been so far today. Both teams have been very strong defensively. Griffins working it around, seeing what they can do to get the ball back in their offensive zone. Ball has spent the majority of the time there, though Trivium's defense has kept things mostly under control. as out of control as they could possibly be with no goals on the board. Though Trivium had a pretty nice little chance there brewing, but Glendale Prep stopped it pretty short. Ball working its way back into the Trivium defensive zone and out of bounds. Ball will stay with Trivium. Or will go to Trivium, excuse me. Ball trickles through a couple of defenders and into Glendale Prep possession, but right back into that wall of three Lady Knights. Goalkeeper's out. She's got it. Six minutes and change remaining here in the first half. As it looks like, unlike our last home broadcast, the Lady Griffins will end up needing the entirety of the game clock to put this one away. Trivium can't keep it in. No, they can. Ball will head back towards Lady Knight's zone, or at least it will, or would have. Tough possession there near midfield. Griffins keeping possession alive, starting to work their way back towards the goal. Centering pass there, nobody home. Goalie's got it. Trivium turns it over. Can't really get anything going there. Griffins take it back, are now back in their offensive zone. They get the ball ahead, and Caitlin Cantor... Looks like an offside, maybe? Whatever the case, turnover... Yeah. Yes, a turnover. Wanted to make sure, didn't know if that ball was going back in Glendale Prep's possession. Trivium gets it back into their offensive zone. Time ticking away here in the first half. We might not see any scoring. Trivium. And they can't quite get the momentum going in their offensive zone, and we will keep things right over here. Ball's in towards midfield. GP looking to break through a little bit, but they can't. Trivium's stifling defense continuing to run things so far today, but kick there into Trivium's defensive zone will maybe open up some things for the Griffins here, as they've got an even break here, 4-on-4. Now 3-on-4 as they penetrate through. The goalkeeper trying to get to it again. That will end up out of bounds. She is not shy about playing that ball whenever she's far outside the goalie box. Nor should she be. She's been fantastic so far today. Three minutes and change here as we wind things down in the first half. Griffins, though, keep it in bounds off of that. Can they get the ball through? No. Kick just wide of the net. And we'll have a corner kick back again for the Griffins. Just under 3 minutes now. Can they get a point on the board before half? That would be huge going into the locker room. Something to celebrate other than defense, which, while not as flashy as offense, is very important, obviously. Corner kick is in. Some confusion in front of the net. Couldn't quite get it through. This pass is centered. Ball almost leaks through. Giving it one more. Can they get it turned around off a night or two and into the hands of their goalkeeper? This opportunity stymied once again by Trivium's defense. as good as Glendale Prep has been getting these opportunities, Trivium has been just as good defensively as now they've started a break over the other end, but the Griffins shut that down pretty quickly with a kick out of bounds. It'll still be Trivium ball, but the Griffins maintaining their poise here defensively as we tick under 2 minutes. Ball's thrown in. Griffin's goalkeeper has it, though she kicks it back out of bounds. Will keep the music going for Trivium here. Trivium throws it in. GP seeming content to make them execute those throws out of bounds. Trivium throws it towards the net, maybe getting a centering pass here, but Glendale Prep snuffs it out. Ball still kind of hanging around there, but now Glendale Prep starting to trigger something the other way. Ball trickling back out towards midfield, Trivium taking control again. Just under 80 seconds here left to go. Trivium keeping it in their offensive zone for what's probably their best pressure of the day here, at least sustained. Ball trickles out towards the right side of the Glendale Prep net. And we'll see if we have a corner kick incoming for Trivium. Doesn't look like it as the players are starting to move downfield. Under a minute now, 50 seconds left to go here. 0-0 game here in Peoria. Trivium looking to keep the pressure sustained, keep it on towards halftime. But Glendale Prep rests possession again. We're headed back down towards the Glendale Prep offensive side as they might have a break going. No, it's stopped by Trivium for now. A little bit of an exchange there towards midfield. Trivium doing a good job of keeping the game in front of them right now. Not letting Glendale Prep get too much of an advantage. We've got an offside. 10 seconds. Trivium keeping the pressure going, but that will just about do it for the half. We will head into halftime here. Tied at 0, tied at 0, knotted up, whatever you want to say. It's been a fantastic defensive game.
0-0.
See you guys on the other side of the half. My name is Mr. Bell for the Griffin Sportsnet team. We will be back with you in 10.
Thank you.
Ms. Nightgown, that
yeah.
parent communique, I sent it 2 days ago. It's going out today?
Today.
We're going to get it done.
Yes, I'm on it.
I know you have a lot on your plate, but it's important.
Okay, I'll be on it.
I smell popcorn. Do you smell that?
No. Maybe it's your mask?
My mask?
Okay, thank you.
Katrina!
What was wrong?
Were you about to throw your apple core in the trash bin?
Yeah, where else would I put it?
I'm glad you asked. You should throw it in the compost bin.
But why should I?
I'm glad you asked. When you put your organic waste in this bin, it gets turned into compost.
But how?
My friends and I will show you.
How did I get here?
All right, class, come on in, take your seats. You have 5 minutes to study by yourself before we start the test. Oh, give me just 1 second.
Hey, Mr. Navarrete.
Yeah, what's going on?
Did you get that email with the new observation schedule?
Oh yeah, I'll check it out right now.
Okay.
Yes, and I'll get right back to you.
All right, great.
All right.
Sometimes I wish we didn't have to wear masks. They're so itchy and boring. Wait, what's that sound?
Don't worry, I'm here to help. You can get your very own Griffin mask. Just go ask Mr. Garrison and bring $10. Plus, it helps support Glendale Prep.
That's great, but I don't have any money.
That's disappointing.
Wait, I have 2 nickels and a dime. Now, just how to get those dollars.
All right, class, come on in, take your seats. You have 5 minutes to study by yourself before we start the test. Oh, give me just 1 second.
Hi, this is Miss Bork.
Hi, this is Mr. Cecil. Could you please send somebody down to watch the classroom for just a minute?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Did you hear that noise?
What? Huh? What
Yeah,
noise?
it sounded like someone's watching a game. Are you watching it?
No.
The game in here?
I got a lot to do, so it's not me. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I got a lot going. I got a lot to do, so.
Okay, I'll see if there's someone down here.
Katrina!
What is wrong?
Were you about to throw your apple core in the trash bin?
Yeah, where else would I put it?
I'm glad you asked. You should throw it in the compost bin.
But why should I?
I'm glad you asked. When you put your organic waste in this bin, it gets turned into compost.
But how?
My friends and I will show you.
How did it get here? Don't worry about
and gentlemen, we got second half action here. Griffins will take possession here. It's been a back and forth game defensively. Mr. Spurlock, would you like to offer any insights?
It's been a real good game of soccer ball this evening. I'm excited to see the Griffins triumph over Trivium 1-0 opposed to last year's 0-1.
Thank you, sir. Griffins get into their defensive zone. Trivium working the ball in. Glendale Prep's right there, though. And the second half will start as the first half ended without too much action, at least scoring-wise. Trivium, though, looking a little bit more aggressive here on the offensive side of the ball, as they've already spent some sustained time in the Glendale Prep zone, though that's sort of how the first half started, with Trivium having most of the ball possession before Glendale Prep took it for the subsequent 35 or so minutes, despite the lack of scoring chances from either team. Glendale trying to work it downfield, can't quite get it there. Out of bounds, though, to the Griffins. Trivium, though, keeping the ball in front of them as they've done so well so far today. Fight right back, and now they've got a bit of a chance brewing here, but Glendale Prep's goalkeeper will stop the music. Trivium, though, able to keep it in their zone at least momentarily, but Glendale Prep looking like they're about to get it back out. No. Little exchange there. Nice job there getting in front of that ball. And spitting it into the Glendale Prep offensive zone, where something might be getting started here as the ball trickles towards the corner and out of bounds. Still GP ball, as they'll look to work and build off of their first offensive zone possession here in the second half. Trivium, though, holding firm, not really allowing anything to get brewing, as they'll turn it back around and start to get some momentum the other way. Ball trickles just out. And the ball's back in Trivium possession. Shadow's getting long here, might be a bit harder to see the ball here on these longer passes. But Trivium, a shot on goal, and that gets right past and in! Miscommunication there spells disaster as the Lady Griffins will fall down 1-0 here with 37 minutes remaining in the second half. Plenty of time to get that back, but kind of a 0 to 100 chance there for Trivium. The ball was kind of trickling in, and then nobody really stopped it, and a fantastic shot on goal got through, and it will be Griffin ball here, but down 1-0 here in the early going of the second half. A tough break there for the Griffins. Out of bounds, back to Trivium, as they'll look to come on the attack once again. No, out. Trivium will turn it over. It is Glendale Prep football. GP, good toss in there, gets possession, trying to center it here. Can't quite turn it around, starting to get there. So Trivium reestablishes possession, at least for the moment. Out of bounds, back to GP. And what have we got here? Turnover. Lady Knights ball. Knights try to push it downfield. Glendale Prep does a good job of keeping the ball in. Might have somebody breaking free here, but no dice. GP keeping the pressure on somewhat. A shot on goal. That's a long shot, but it doesn't quite get through. Almost had the angle there, but not quite. Trivium. Gonna look to get this started back the other way, though the last couple of times they've tried to get it out of the Glendale zone, GP has managed to keep it in. You wonder if you might get some tired defenders there, but... Ball skips over towards midfield, and out of bounds, looked like off Trivium. So Glendale Prep will look to keep it right back in and keep the pressure on as they've had for the last 4 minutes or so. Though now looking up at Trivium in the scoreboard instead of across. GP looking for possession there. Trivium centering, looking to get it out. And that they will. Now getting a break of their own the other way. Glendale Prep has women back though. And a ball ricochets off of Trivium, they keep it in. Centering pass, shot towards the net, GP's goalkeeper is there. Ball flies down towards midfield, it will stay in the possession of Glendale Prep. Or excuse me, of Trivium. And, well, it's out now. If it wasn't before, it certainly isn't now. Trivium. Looking to develop something here, but can't quite. Glendale retaking possession, trying to get a play started. And now they'll have a bit of an opportunity. Although Trivium's defense is back the other way, Glendale, with a pretty good rush here, can they center it and then get it on net? No, they cannot. Well, they did one of those two things, but the goalkeeper had the angle taken care of. Rough kick towards midfield, maybe shanked a little bit, but nevertheless gets it to its destination. And out of bounds, that's off Trivium. GP will look to keep the pressure on. The ball takes a fantastic hop over the Gatorade cooler. It would have been very sad if that had toppled over. Great play by the ball there, saving the janitor some time. Not that I think he would be expected to clean up a spill on the dirt, but you know what I mean. Generally speaking, I'd say it's better to have less Gatorade on the floor than more Gatorade on the floor. Trivium, though, keeping the pressure on. That's going to trickle out of bounds. 8 minutes gone here in the first half. Trivium with an early goal in the second minute of the second half to take a 1-0 lead. 42nd minute of the game. Corner kick now for Trivium. The ball has spent more time in Trivium's offensive zone this half than it did last half. And their goal likely a product of that. Ball is looped in towards the net. A nice kick, just can't get centered. And it will trickle back out the other way. This time in the possession of the Griffins. Back out of bounds again. This time Trivium ball. Lady Knights setting up, and the ball is in. Wrestling for possession there. GP gets it. They turn upfield and some infighting there. But GP will stick with the ball. Trivium with another opportunity upfield. They're able to center it. Can they get it on net? No. Magnolia Moreno taking a dive there. Able to get up. Looks like she's fine. Trivium will look to get set up in their offensive zone here. Ball is in. Inadvertently centered, but GP will take possession right back, at least for the time being. Ball trickles out towards midfield, and now back into GP's possession as they look to get a break going the other way. Trivium, though, right there, as GP can't quite break through. They'll tussle at midfield before Trivium turns it back into their offensive zone, intercepted, and turned back upfield. Can they take advantage here? Lady Griffin's getting opportunity, spreading ahead. The goalkeeper is out, as she's been multiple times. She lets it come to herself, though, and the chance is shut down. Ball ricocheted back towards midfield. Trivium, though. That's the header out of bounds. It will stay in Glendale possession. As GP looks to get something going offensively, they've been stifled this half more so than the previous. You wonder if some of those opportunities that went awry are sort of waiting on their minds here. I would hope not, as they've played a fantastic game so far. GP, though, getting a little bit more offensive zone time here. The ball starts to head out of bounds. Kicked out by a Trivium player. Will keep it here with Glendale Prep. Ball is in. See what they can do here. GP. Can they get a centering pass? They can. Ball ricocheted over the net and out of bounds. Bad angle shot, but one nonetheless. And they'll get it in the corner, it looks like. Corner opportunity here for the Griffins. Can they take advantage? It is not late, though it is no longer early in the game. 27 minutes and change still to go. Ball over the net again. So nothing will come of that opportunity for the Griffins. Trivium will look to bounce it back downfield. And it will stay in the Glendale Prep zone. No, we have a stoppage and a turnover. Trivium settling things down a bit. They're in no rush, up 1-0. Ball is in and some good penetration here from Trivium. Stopped momentarily by GP. Almost turned around, but Trivium's right there. Yes, she is. Keeps it in bounds. Ball splits the defense. Trivium, though, unable to get something really started here. But some clashes here, going maybe the way of Trivium. No, GP has it. Though right back into Trivium hands. Or feet. GP streaking upfield. Couldn't quite get it through. Good idea, though. Trivium looks to keep it in. But that pass will ricochet out of bounds. Should be Griffin ball. It is, in fact, Griffin ball. They get it across the midfield stripe. At least somewhat. And we're going to go back. Offside. 25 and change left to go here from Peoria. Just a reminder, our 6 o'clock game, the boys varsity team, will get started just about around 6. If not a little bit later than that, but we'll have the pregame broadcast to you as soon as we can. Gets Trivium Prep's formidable boys soccer program. GP looking to get something developing here. Pass gets through a defender. Can they take advantage? Ball trickles over towards the corner. Trivium, though, takes command once again. They stand up defensively, as they have time and time again tonight. Though, the ball back into Glendale Prep possession, then back into Trivium possession as they rebound it out towards midfield. That ball is out of bounds. It will go back into the possession of Lady Griffins. Trivium looking to get something started upfield as they maybe will look to take a 2-0 lead. Inbounds, out of bounds. Everywhere and up and down of bounds. Passes in. Trivium able to center, get a shot on goal, though this one will be wide. I should say a shot towards the goal, not necessarily on goal. As that clock slowly works its way down, GP able to turn things around here somewhat as the ball's at least no longer in Trivium possession. Now they've got something maybe going downfield. Ooh! Collision midfield. And some restlessness from the home crowd following that hit. GP gets it ahead of the defense. They have an open net here. No. Close. Another opportunity swallowed up by the Trivium goalkeeper. So that's probably their best opportunity all half. And what we've got here, an offside maybe? Handball. Trivium bringing it back into their offensive zone. That's towards the goalkeeper. Nothing doing. And it's bounded back the other way. GP looking to get something started again. Ball crosses midfield, but does trickle out of bounds. Trivium ball. Trivium gets it in, but into the hands of Glendale Prep's defense. And that's going to be off of, they're going to say off Glendale Prep. It'll go back to Trivium. For those of you just joining us, if you're coming in on the tail half of our broadcast here, my name is Mr. Bell. I'm filling in for Mr. Weeb and Ms. Joyner. Here commentating our varsity girls soccer match against the Trivium Prep Lady Knights. It's currently 1-0 Lady Knights over the Griffins with about 20 minutes here remaining in the second half. As Trivium looks to develop their offensive zone presence just a little bit more. But Glendale Prep making it a little bit difficult. Maybe another reset here. Here we go. Shot on the goal. Swallowed up. See if they can maybe push the pace here. Ball's right back in Trivium's hands, though, as they'll look to keep the action going. Chip pass there, unable to get through to its target. GP's got it back. And they'll race back upfield before turning it over, unfortunately. That's going to ricochet out of bounds. Tough kick there. Still nice ball. Trivium. Still keeping it in their offensive zone. Spreading the field quite well. That's going to go out of bounds, though, off of Trivium. And so GP will get a chance to reset here, as time is starting to dwindle a little bit. The Flame of Hope obviously not extinguished, but it is getting a little late early for the Lady Griffins. Still 18 minutes and change to go, only down a goal. Plenty of opportunity still to come here. Trivium, though, doing a good job of keeping it in their zone, even if it's not in their possession. As it is now, as they'll look to get another offensive opportunity started. Racing towards the corner there, that's going to go out of bounds. And we will keep it right here. No, we'll move it back. Kick goes directly into the grasp of Trivium, though they can't get anything past the defense there. Maybe a shot towards the center here. Couldn't quite get enough on that. Ooh. Two run into each other. But Glendale Prep comes away with it. Trivium, though, doing a good job, again, of keeping everything in front of them. That's going to trickle out of bounds and be awarded to the Griffins. They'll toss it in quickly. Not going to let Trivium get set here, trying to play with a little bit of pace. And it will remain Glendale Prep ball. Glendale Prep rests possession back free, starting to break free downfield. Can they develop this into an opportunity for something? Get the ball deep into the zone. Trivium has to kick it out in order to stop the bleeding. We will stay with the Griffins for a corner kick, potentially. Corner kick time for Glendale Prep. Might be one of their best opportunities of the day here. See if they can finish. The ball is in, and we've got a sub? Yes. It's number 8, Zoe Rich, subbing in for number 5, Kaylin Cantor. Ball is in. GP trying to get it to the front of the net. Can't quite do something with it. And Trivium regains possession once again. Can they get it out? No. GP keeps the ball on their side of the field, but then it squirts through once again, and we will have to empty the zone. Yes. Trivium regaining possession, pushing ahead, right back into the possession of Glendale Prep, though. And they'll start trotting downfield once more. Though Trivium steps in front of a pass, it will stay Glendale Prep football. Great throw in there is going to give the Griffins maybe an opportunity here on a bad angle. That's going to be kicked out by Trivium. Potential corner kick incoming for the Glendale Prep Griffins. See if they can finish this opportunity here. Now some sustained pressure in Trivium's defensive zone. We'll see what they can do with it. They elect to throw in softly instead of going towards the net. Off a Trivium night, out of bounds. Still GP ball. Keeping hope alive here with 14 minutes and change left in the second half. Ball's in and out. Trivium heaves it back in. Out of bounds. Team's still trading some shots here. As we have remained tight in a 1-0 game, Trivium with the lead. We'll see if GP can equalize here in the next 13 minutes. Though Trivium, will take possession towards midfield. Good angle there. See if she can get to it. No. But it will be out of bounds, favoring Trivium. Trivium throws it back in. Taken right back by GP, though. Wrestled free. Shot back. Ball back towards midfield. Little clash there. And Trivium's able to trickle it through. Ball clips off her heel there. And GP regains. Still 12 minutes and change for GP to equalize. Plenty of time. But they're going to need to get some pressure going once again as the ball has spent the last minute or so in the Trivium offensive zone. Though nobody's really made much of a play on it. Some physicality out there, and we'll get a stoppage in play. Ball awarded to the Glendale Prep Griffins. GP takes it back in. Looking to get something established in their zone, though Trivium's right there. Not letting too much happen. Though the ball will head out of bounds once again into the corner, and once again Glendale Prep staring down a chance here. A good one late in the game to equalize. Time of the essence for the Lady Griffins. They'll get a sub in here. As this time Caitlin will come in for Zoe instead of the other way around. Kick can't quite get centered, it will fall out of bounds. GP though, an opportunity to keep the pressure on. Oh no, they're going to say Trivium. Ball's in, then out. Back towards Trivium. The players will head back down towards the Trivium defensive zone. No, offensive zone, excuse me. I even had a chance to think about that one. And the ball, unable to quite clear midfield, GP keeps it in. Good sustained pressure here in their offensive zone for the last 5 minutes or so. That's out, and then back in. See what GP can do with this. Free kick here, see if they can take advantage. Or at least the thing that I'm going to term a free kick. Can't get anything going on the middle there, but they've kept it in. Trivium, though, slowly pushing it back towards midfield, exchanging some ground, and now back into their offensive zone. A good stop there. And now they've got some numbers, see what they can do. Shot towards the goalkeeper, swallowed up. We'll head back towards Glendale Prep zone. Or at least we were momentarily, but Trivium's kept the ball in. They're going to keep this offensive pressure going. Plenty of time still for the Griffins to make a comeback, but they've got to wrest this ball back free, as it's going to trickle out of bounds. Into the hands of Glendale Prep's goaltender. GP looking to wrest control. They can't quite. And we'll actually head back down towards their zone. Ball squirts through midfield. Griffins have an odd man chance, but it's snuffed out. See if they can regain things. Kicked out of bounds. Do we have a corner or do we have a goalie? We have a corner. More opportunities here for the Griffins. 8 and change left here. Can they equalize? Shot towards the net. Almost trickles through, but just off. That spent a lot of time hovering in front of the net. Glendale Prep just can't put it in, as another opportunity will unfortunately go by the wayside. GP juggles it between themselves, but Trivium, they split the defense, and now they might have something going the other way. Towards middle of the field, couldn't quite get it through. Ball still careening. Out of bounds. Griffins ball after a little bit of confusion. They get into the offensive zone but can't really take command, at least not yet. Out of bounds off a Lady Knight. Under 7 here now, as the sun has set on this glorious Peoria evening. Getting a little frosty here up in the box, though. I already have one jacket on along with my beanie, and I have another one waiting. Trivium, trying to keep it in, won't quite get there. And we're back towards Glendale Prep, a quick substitution. Time running out for the Lady Griffins. Just over 6 minutes to go here. Another quick reminder, we have the boys coming up in just under 29 minutes at 6 p.m. or sometime around then. It'll probably be 6 p.m. And keep it locked in here too for our post-game interview. We'll be down on the field with the Lady Griffins' very finest. Griffins able to push it through. Maybe a chance here to equalize. We got someone running free, no. They'll have time to reset here, Trivium will. Ball's out of bounds. Some confusion here along the sidelines, but it's alright. Ball's in. Oh. Trivium trying to get it out, couldn't quite do so. GP able to sustain some more pressure. Ball, though, going out of bounds. And we get some subs. Four minutes, 57 seconds left. Out of bounds. In favor of Trivium. A lot of substitutions now. 4:38 is what the clock reads. GP gets it back into their zone. They're going to chase after it. But that will go right into the hand of the Trivium goalkeeper. Nothing doing. Waning moments of this game. Getting under 4 minutes now. GP looking for that one equalizing chance. We'll see if they can get it here. They spent most of the last 20 minutes or so in the Trivium zone, but unable to really get anything of substance started, unfortunately. A couple of good opportunities at the net, but not a ton of pressure, unfortunately. That's nothing, or to say nothing of their effort, though. Both teams working very hard out here. Clash there, but Trivium regains. GP keeps it in. At least in their possession. A little trip there, not by GP, but by the opposing player. And that kick's going to go out of bounds, still in the possession of the Griffins. See what they can get started here. The pass is centered. Can they get it on net? Ball still trickling kind of free. Trivium wrestling for command of it. GP shoots it back. And it is kicked out towards dead grass. As Trivium keeps it in bounds just barely before GP keeps it right back in their zone. Under 3 minutes to go now. Glendale Prep looking for that one last chance here to try to equalize. Pass is thrown in, but directly to a Trivium defender. Kicked right back out. Still Glendale Prep ball. Pass is in. Trivium, though, content to let this clock run out. As we count down towards 2 minutes remaining in the game. GP looking for that one last chance. That ball's going to get free towards midfield. The goalkeeper staying instead of running out like she usually does. That's going to be a corner kick for Glendale Prep. This could be the biggest opportunity of the game for them here. Down one, 1 minute and 40 seconds just about left on the clock. Now or never time for the Lady Griffins. The centering pass right in front of the net. Can't quite get there. Trivium trying to scoop it out. GP keeps it in. It's towards the net. Goalie tried to get over there. She couldn't, in the hands of the Trivium player, who will keep it just barely in bounds and start running it back towards midfield into the hands of the Griffins defense. GP's D keeps it inside the zone. 70 seconds remaining here in the second half. GP still down 1-0, needing a goal to equalize. Trivium. Kicks heading out towards midfield here. At least theoretically, with just under a minute to go. Things looking a little dire for the Glendale Prep Lady Griffins, but you never know, there could always be a chance. GP, though, starting to run out of time here. That's going to be out of bounds off of them as Trivium will reestablish some offensive zone possession here. 38 seconds remaining. Trivium content to take their time inbounding. As GP's goaltender will swallow it up, we're going to try to get something downfield. Time running out here for the Lady Griffins, but Trivium takes the ball almost back. Good pass upfield, will at least get the ball into the Lady Griffins' offensive zone. Can they get there with just 15 seconds remaining? They can. The pass is centered. Oh, just close in front of the goalkeeper. The pass centered into the slot, but they couldn't do anything with it. The ball heading out of bounds, thrown in, and that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Lady Knights win a tough one. 1-0 here in Peoria. The Lady Griffins fall. Unable to quite get that equalizing goal. They had their chances. A fantastic game played by both sides. Please stick around as we're going to try to get a post-game interview set up for you with the Lady Griffins finest. We will see you back here in a few minutes.
The lighting.
Yeah, the lighting's nice.
Right, the lighting's really good.
Heck of a game, right, girls?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of effort, defensive effort on both sides. Shame it had to end 1-0, but good play from both sides, what you think?
I think so.
Fantastic. What have y'all been up to?
We're all at school, at college.
Nice,
We're both
where
at
at?
ASU and then...
I'm at Point Loma in San Diego.
Wonderful. Do you still play?
I'm doing intramurals, I think. But
Okay, nice.